9C, evolution. How are you, my dear friends? Gonna study about evolution today. So far, I wanna ask a question: what is evolution, right? And in the lesson, when we had a lesson, what did we discuss about evolution? And we did watch a video on evolution, and we discussed the importance of the evolution. And let me draw it in this way: importance of the evolution and misconcept or misunderstanding. What is misunderstanding about evolution? According to the video, which was kind of academic video, right? According to the video, what was the misunderstanding? Let me go down. What was the misunderstanding according to the video? Was this. So here we're drawing about the monkey. Let me draw a monkey here with the banana, yellow banana, and brown monkey, right? Monkey, there's a monkey. Over time, monkey changed itself for monkey, but human like monkey. So it's like 50%, 50-50. They were monkeys or ape that look like almost human. Over time and evolution, these guys changed. This guy changed to Mr. Who might be? Which Mr. is this? And over time, it changed to human. This is a misconception, according to the video, all right? Why it was the misconception? Okay, here we have. The thing is here that the monkey's DNA cannot be controlled. DNA cannot be controlled by this ape. This ape cannot change its DNA to become more smart ape, and this more smart ape cannot change its DNA to become more human. And the question is, why this human is not changing its DNA to become more successful human, right? This is the misconception that we talked about last time, that we discussed. And then we had another misconception about evolution. Let me draw it this way. Let me draw a brown one. So we have two trees here. Let me draw the tree here. And tree here. And we have one animal here, which is giraffe, cannot reach the apples on the tree. And consequently, this giraffe will change its neck length to reach these apples. over time by changing its DNA. So there is a misconception about DNA, that they can change their DNA. It's another misconception here. So in our lesson, we discussed about examples. So in general, we had two processes, I guess. Okay, let me draw in this way. Let's say we have evolution, right? Okay, evolution. How it happens. It comes from variation. Or before variation, one more thing, organism. Organisms, they are not alone, there are many organisms. There is not, you don't have only one single organism. So let's say we have variety of organisms, so let's say variation. Through the variation, there's one step that's left to be evolution. It's natural selection. Natural selection. What is natural selection? What is variation? We'll try to discuss about that. Okay. So we discussed about one example, which is on England. It happened on England. A lot of buildings, factory, and it is producing. Let me make it, change the color on this. It's okay. So in England, what happened is okay. Let's wait for this. What happened in England? During England during Industrial Revolution, factories, buildings, they were producing smoke, right? Smoke, like dirty smoke. And this smoke was affecting forest, which is nearby. Forest has, trees. Trees are affected by this coal, and eventually they become more dark. But the thing, what happened, the thing which just happened here was about butterflies. Let me draw a butterfly. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful butterfly. We had a variety of butterflies before the Industrial Revolution. Variety of butterflies. They were brighter. They were more bright. Then this bright. Okay. Let me choose another one. Bright in color. That's why a lot of birds were not seeing them. They're not seeing them. And they were in high number. But after, what happened? When these trees got affected by a coal from the industrial revolutionized England city, not England city, but London, let's say. London city. The call changed its color. Eventually, butterfly with a dark, let me draw it this way, with a dark color increased in number in the days. So that will be, the picture will be looking like this. Bright, we had bright colored butterfly. In that example, it was a moth. But here in this lesson, let's say butterfly. Were seen by this bird, and they were eating more, and this number eaten more, that's why their number decreased. Over time, this brown colored butterfly increased in number. And people can say that this butterfly changed its color to the darker one because of this dark forest. But actually, what happened here is a variation technique happened. Because of variation, we had this butterfly before this revolutionary. We had it. We had them before. We had them before. We had them before. Okay. Let's move on with one more example about the virus. What happened to the virus? We had a lot of type of viruses, which is a popular topic in nowadays. And we have different type of viruses. And let's take a look on the number. On the right side, it is less. And on the left side, it is high. Why? Okay, well, I'll answer this question a bit later. So if you look out for the structural virus, let's say on the video we had 2 dots. Let's say these viruses, all of them have 2 dots. So we say this is the structural difference. Structurally, these viruses have 2 dots and have of course the different properties and function in our life. So in certain year, let's say year or period or season, these viruses are active. These viruses are bad viruses, they create diseases, and they affect, of course, here let me draw, they affect human and human crimes. Because of the disease, right? For one certain period or certain season, these viruses are active. They show it that they are bad manners here. And for next year, we don't have this disease, and this guy started to be happy because we have less viruses. No, not less viruses. Would be more correct if I say this guy don't have disease, no pandemic disease. It's because this virus didn't disappear. It didn't disappear, and it didn't change itself. They had, let me draw it this way. We had this virus here. Let me draw here. We had this virus, let's say here. But its structure was different. It has 1 dot. That's why it wasn't sure. It was less, and it was its time, and it was less in number. It wasn't its condition, correct condition to increase the number. But next year, let's say next for the next year, this virus will be more active and they'll become more worse. Or it can be one condition here. In certain year, viruses affect human. The next year, they mutate, they change its DNA. Not they change, but the environment changes their DNA, and they disappear. But there's a second thing that they already had a variety of the viruses, and the next year, human got immune. You know, the immune system, immune for this virus and no more sick with this virus. The next year, the next virus will not affect this guy because it's less number. So this virus for next year can be active and it can increase in number for the next year, right? But as they are good, it will not affect human. By this example, we discussed that through the variation, we have natural selection, which is adaptation, best adaptation, best survival, best adapted organism will survive and will create evolution. Okay. Thank you for your attention. 9C. Take care of your health. Take care of your family. Goodbye.